Hello, Ellie here. We are up to the letter Z in the A to Z of systems. We finally made it. It's awesome. It's been so much fun collating all this information about systems and just having the challenge of finding something for each letter has been pretty awesome, and it highlights just how many different tools and systems there are out there. No wonder it's hard for people to know what to use and where to start, because there are so many choices with all of these things. But I've pretty much tried them all and tested them all and worked out what works easily and what doesn't. And yeah, I'm good at doing that. So today is Z for Zapier, Zoom, and Inbox Xero. So Zapier.com is basically a tool that integrates one program with another program, and you can set up zaps. And it's caused by identifying a certain trigger and identifying a certain action that you want to take from that trigger. So the trigger is in one program and the action is in another program, and setting a zap means that they talk to each other where they normally wouldn't. So it's like integrations, but supercharged. It's kind of really amazing, and it resolves a lot of things where you want the next step to happen, but without you needing to be there. It will do it automatically, and it can help you to automate some aspects of your business that aren't quite there yet. So, you know, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of programs that you can connect in Zapier, but there are really simple ones as well, and you can get lost in there just exploring all the different things, but it can really make life easier in terms of task management, being notified of, you know, Acuity changes or cancellations. You can get Acuity and Calendly will tell you, but you can get a text. You can set up things like when Thinkific, when I get a new student in Thinkific, they're paced by Stripe, they go to my ConvertKit and they're tagged so that they go into a certain sequence, and that whole flow just works through Zaps, and it's very nice. Just things like that, getting daily emails from Asana about the tasks that are due that day, rather than having to go in Asana if sometimes I get carried away and forget. My WordPress, every time I post a blog, it gets posted in LinkedIn. You know, just those little extra things can really make life easy, especially if it's just you, because there is only so much one person can do. So when you have these little zaps and automations to help you, it can really help make you use your time better and save time, because you can automate some of these things in between that kind of outsourcing and having someone else manage that process for you. So it's that kind of middle ground, and you can have outsourcing and a team and integrations as well and automations, but it just helps you get to that next step a bit quicker. So Zoom I use every day, 100 times a day. I use it to record my systems. It can be perfect for that. So I can have a little folder that has all the systems that I've recorded of me doing them, me explaining what steps to take, what to look out for, what it looks like when it's finished, which program to use, all of that information, so that I can then share that video with my VA or a new team member and show them how to do it, so that they know what I'm looking for, and so that it goes along with the procedure that I've created to go along with that. I use Zoom for that. I obviously use it for my meetings, for my programs, all of those things. Zoom is just the most handiest things. You can pay the next level up and use Zoom Webinar, which I think is awesome, because it ties in, grabs people's registration, all that kind of stuff, and then syncs to your email marketing manager. So Zoom is a really awesome tool. I'm sure most people use it, but if you don't, I think you should. And Inbox Xero. So a lot of the work that I do, especially in Tidy Friday, is to help people get organised, because I think that really strong foundation of being organised helps you feel more in control of your business. And when there is so much to learn, so much to do, having an inbox that doesn't overwhelm you is what you want when you go, because a lot of people I know feel very overwhelmed by their inbox. So it just adds to that sense of anxiety and stress, which isn't helpful when you're kind of rushing around and feeling frazzled. Oh, what's that? Got a little beep in my ear. So inbox zero, I think it's great to have an organized inbox and to not have, hundreds of emails come in every week that you never read. I think it's really important to clear that clutter out because it's taking up space and energy for you. I don't necessarily subscribe to inbox zero because I think that just adds pressure on the other side by trying to uphold a standard that is really hard to manage. Sometimes, life and business is peaks and troughs, and sometimes you do get flat out and it does get out of hand. So having to subscribe to inbox zero is just an extra pressure that is not always necessary. I like to have my inbox as one screen. If I have to scroll too much, then I forget things. I do use my inbox as a bit of a to-do list of things that I still need to respond to or I'm waiting on. But you can have folders for that as well. You can have waiting on action and done or whatever if you like, for later, not done. And that might solve that problem if you need to, but you do then need to get into that habit of checking those folders all the time and going back to them and allowing time to go back to them. So there's my little take on inbox zero. I don't think it's necessary. I kind of reframe it by saying inbox one screen, and that works for me, and that takes the pressure off. And it helps me keep my inbox relatively organized and streamlined, so that I don't feel too overwhelmed by it. So there you go. A to Z of systems. I'll give you a recap of all the things we have covered. We've done A for Asana and automations and Acuity, done B for a blog system, C for checklists, consistency, CRMs, calendar, client management, D is for digital information, decluttering and Dropbox, E was for Evernote, F was for freedom and focus, and something else I added. G was for goal setting, Gmail and Google Drive. H was for hacks. I was for iCloud and inbox management. J was for joy and jokes. K was for keep going. Even though systems are hard and a transition, keep going until they're not. L was for launching. M was for monthly check-ins. Managing distractions, I don't know, I might have come up with something else as well. N was for a newsletter system. O was for onboarding and being organized and outsourcing. P was for processes and planning. Q was for questions. R was for rev and rescue time. S was for systems, scheduling. I didn't talk about Slack, scripts. T was for templates. U was for Upwork, V was for VA, W was for workflows and Web Clipper and Wave, X was for Xero, Y was for YouTube, and Z is for Zap, Zoom, and Inbox Zero. There you go. There's a lot of stuff in there. So if you're on my newsletter list, I'm going to send you the whole list of everything today or tomorrow so that you can get that. If you want to know more about me and what I do, I've got a little checklist to help you leverage your time. You can click the link there and grab that. It's a handy little checklist if you want to work out how you can get started to start to leverage your time. There you go. I'm Airlie Wildy. Thanks so much for watching the A to Z systems. I think they're uploaded on my YouTube channel as well. I need to create a little playlist for them, but they're getting there, so you can catch them there as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.